Good evening, Team Fit Transformation. Amanda and Ashley coming to you live. We have a team call tonight, but I wanted to give the announcement next week there will not be one because I will be flying home. So 2 weeks from tonight, we'll have another team call. And we did the Fit Club thing on Saturday. So the Saturday before the team call, we'll do another Fit Club. So definitely hop on if you can. We had a blast. I won't go as hard on you as I did Caitlin and Brittany, but it was a fun time. So what we were going to talk about tonight is the coaching opportunity. Do you want me to start off? Or, yeah, because then if I take away your stuff, then you have to think of new things. Okay, so the coaching opportunity. I'll admit that's one of the areas that I used to struggle in, and still to this day, it's an area that I get nervous about asking people to join the opportunity. But you have to think about it too, as like, if you don't invite them, somebody else might be taken on your dream team. So one thing that I've done in the past, this is one of my older ones, is I keep a dream team list. Okay. These are all my peeps that I want to be on my team. And then I just cross them off when they join. So what does that mean? I keep this there because I want to be present in their life. I'm not over there every day on their page, stalking them like a psycho, but I'm liking their stuff. I'm commenting on it. Maybe I'm having a behind the scenes message with them going on. And honestly, I will say this, Caitlin was on my dream team board at some point and she's here. So, I mean, that's something exciting, but really what helps get the conversation going for the coaching opportunity, there's several ways. One, you could have a VIP challenger, like somebody that you just know, like, hey, they're like commenting on other people's stuff. They're showing up every day. They love the products. Why not offer them the opportunity? I will say in the past though, I wouldn't offer them, I wouldn't just go in and be like, hey, have you ever thought about doing what I do? I'd be like, hey, I see you like the products. Would you like a 25% discount? But really, you need to lead with the opportunity. It's just the way it is. I mean, yeah, if you know in your heart you've talked to them in the past, yeah, don't, like, if they don't want it, don't do it. But it's better just to put it out there because who knows, that person could be your next diamond coach. They could be your next, the next Melanie Mitro. You don't know if you don't ask. So you don't have to ask your challengers like on day one of the challenge group, hey, you want to join my group? Give us some time, see how they're doing, flowing, and then, be able to present that to them. Maybe if they're on the fence, there's always coach sneak peeks, there's opportunity calls, there's a bunch of different ways. Another way I've gone about talking about the coaching opportunities by posting about it. And the thing is whatever the reason you're here, is that's what you should be posting about. Why you're a coach, why you love this. And your answer is going to be different than mine. Mine was, I wanted to stay on with my son, but we needed money, man. Like, it was yesterday. It was like, I knew how many days late I could be on my rent before I had to pay that $50 late fee. That's ridiculous. You know what I mean? So, so I post about it. Like all the time, I'll put like normally a quote, I'll talk about my past experiences and then how coaching has changed my life. And then I'll talk a little bit about, are you stuck? You have the power to change. I'll put something out there and an action step. Whoever likes it, I'm going to start a conversation with them because they liked it for a reason. Maybe they didn't read it because some people don't read it and just like your picture because I've had that happen in the past. But really, it's putting yourself out there. On the National Wake Up Call today, she was saying that Facebook is your billboard and it's free. It's a free tool. So like use it like you're paying for it, man, because I'll tell you what, if you ever go to like pages and you have to start paying for ads, I think last year I spent probably $500 to get my like page up to like 500 followers. It's not even worth the investment that I put into it. But your Facebook wall is going to be your livelihood. Between that and Instagram and Snapchat, that's where it's at, and just inviting to the opportunity. I'm going to turn it over to Ashley because I got to go take care of this.
I took some notes and I actually am going to repeat a lot of what Amanda said, but I wanted to start off with saying that I actually decided to become a coach because my coach posted about the coaching opportunity. I was kind of like a little bit out of the loop. A lot of times you want to invite somebody to a challenge group, get them to get results, fall in love with the products, and then who's like supportive of other people in the groups. Like I was in groups with both of you, so I was like, yeah, they're going to be awesome coaches, But yeah, I hated my job. I was putting in hours and I was living somebody else's dream. So I saw my coach post about it, the opportunity, and I'm like, okay, I want to do this. But then I went MIA for a long time because I got scared, because I'm like, there's a lot of risk behind this. You're your own boss. But I basically wanted to talk about, like, how do you get people to even send them an invite? It's the like vitals. You add people to your network, you start conversations, you build those relationships, and then always, anybody that likes or comments any of your posts, reach out to. And a lot of times with the coaching opportunity, I had asked people 6 months ago to join me and become a coach. And it took them 6 months to, I think, trust me, build up their own confidence, and realize that they could actually do this. A lot of times people look at a coach and they're like, oh, they're perfect. I hate using that word because none of us are perfect. But a lot of Amanda is. Like, even when I met Amanda, like, her being a diamond coach and I was new, I was like intimidated in a sense, because she had made rank, she hit somewhere that I wanted to be. So I know a lot of times when you ask somebody to the coaching opportunity, it's not that they don't want to do it, it's that they fear that they can't do it or can't live up to, like, your standards in a sense, or like the way you do it. So you just have to embrace that and show them that anybody can do it. Of course, post about the opportunity. I've never got anybody who just said, okay, I want to be a coach from a post. But I did reach out to a lot of people that liked it and, started that conversation, and maybe a month or two down the road, got them to sign up as a coach that way. When you post, things I like to talk about are, like, the flexibility. You set your own time. You're your own boss. The extra income is great. Show that you can make income. That, you're working on your health and you're getting paid to do that. It's kind of like a win-win. Talk about the community, the positivity, the support. Like, not a lot of companies have what we have. We are very, very fortunate. A lot of companies, especially in network marketing, they sign you up and you're just kind of like left to fend for yourself. Like, nobody's going to help you. I know a lot of other health and fitness companies do the same thing. I deal with a lot of now people that had no guidance at all. And of course, know that there's difference between the three coaches: the discount coach, the hobby coach, and then the all-in business builder. And I honestly signed up majority of my coaches as a discount coach. And then they saw that there's potential here. Like, I'm getting results and this has changed my life and I want to change others. So I know Amanda's like, put it out there, give them that opportunity. But a lot of times it's challengers that are doing really good in my challenge groups that are using the products, and I offer them the discount, and then they decide to do more with it. I was going to talk about, I don't know if you want me to go into this or not, like, once you sign up a coach, what you should do with them.
Actually, I thought of one thing before we go into that. Like, and when you're thinking about what to post, like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know what to talk about the coaching opportunity, just be real with your following and tell them, like I put on there the other day, I think it was, I'm like, yeah, I was a crash dieting calorie counter that thought Shakeology had too many calories and I was freaking out over it. Just be real with them, because honestly, they're following you for a reason, and chances are people are able to relate. Like, you'd be like, I didn't want to be a coach because of X, Y, and Z. I don't want to have to sell to people. But then that's like, that seriously was me. And then I would be like, now in my post, I'll go back over and be like, hey, but now I realize that I have the tools to help change somebody's life, and I never feel like I'm selling anything, more like providing a service to help them. So it's all about, like, thinking back. Like, I know you guys haven't been a coach forever or that long, or I feel like I'm a grandma coach because I've been a coach for 3 years, I guess. But like, there's been a lot of things in my mind that have happened over that 3-year journey where I can just be like, oh my gosh, I remember when I used to tell Sarah Morrison I was invited and I'm not, and things like that. Like, there's all these little things that I can talk about. And it can be relatable, like, not wanting to be a salesperson, scared to put myself out there. I talk about that a lot, or being myself, because I felt like I had to follow the top coaches and just be like them. Prime example is, I remember before I finally dove into enough personal development to understand that I'm awesome too, is I would try to be like Julianne Condia. She's my friend, but she's her and I'm me. And me and my following are different than her and her following. When I think of Julianne, I think of a positive, happy tribe. And they're very God and church oriented, whereas my following, I'm more of like a travel adventurer that likes to work on health and fitness and push my limits and see what I can do and be a runner. So we're different, but we can still be friends. We still can have common, like similar things, but we're not the same person. So I can't copy her post and post it to mine. You know, a few coaches and Team Fit and Free did that to me the other day, and I was kind of upset, but then I was like, wow, I'm like, I never thought of me as being that type of person where they copied it and just changed a few words in it and took my content. But the thing is but that was my content. So I was speaking to my following, and it's probably not going to relate to their following because I'm Peña-Lien and they're them. So yeah.
What did they say during the wake up call today? That the brand is not Beachbody, the brand is you. So like we have to sell ourselves. That's not, we're not selling these products, we're selling this lifestyle and how we adapted to it. And that's what you're sharing is just your journey basically. So it's not like.
And share what you're passionate about. Like I listened to that podcast today and that was just like, whew, I love the 5 a.m. club.
Huge. I wanted to talk about this. I'm sorry, Amanda.
Okay, go ahead.
When inviting people to the coaching opportunity, kind of be picky. Like you don't want to just invite anybody to the coaching opportunity. These are people that you're going to work with. Like these are people that are going to become your close friends, like your teammates. So you want people that you can do the color code test, that you can work with, you know what I mean, that you're going to relate to, that are going to want to take direction from you or at least, listen to you. I think that's important. I know when I first started out, I was just like, oh, I want to build my team. And I really didn't think about it like logically, like these are going to be my family members. Like I have to like them. We have to get along.
Hire somebody. They're there until they decide to quit. And I'll admit, I was totally gung-ho for rank, and I just put a lot of people, they're not here anymore, but they were some thorns in my side in this journey to diamondhood.
I think Trina said it best. She was like, you think when you sign a coach up that they're going to last forever, they're going to like be there for the long haul, especially the ones that promise you the world, but it's usually not that way at all. Those are the ones that usually quit on you, and it's the quiet one that you never thought was going to do anything, like comes out of nowhere and is a diamond, So you just have to continuously be adding because you can never get comfortable like, oh, I have my 4 coaches now and I'm good, because it's going to change. It's always changing.
I didn't have anything else.
Okay. Do you mind if I talk about like what to do once you sign up a coach, or you want to save that for something later?
Might as well. I mean, we're talking about the opportunity. So obviously once you onboard somebody, we have to,
Yeah, the first thing that I do when I sign up a coach, and I try to do this pretty quickly because I want them to feel like this is a big opportunity and this is something really special. And I know this changed my life. So the first thing I want to do is send out a welcome email. And I'm sure me or Amanda would share ours with you, like what we send out to our teammates. You got them, I'm sure, when you join the team, but stuff I put in there.
They're going to be like, no way. I'm surprised they're not shaking. I don't think I sent them one. I'll be
happy to share the ones that I send out, but I just invite them to the team pages. Like for us, it would be like Team Fit Transformation and tell them who that is. And then Team Fit and Free, and then Team Rockstar Fit, and explain to them the different teams, and like they could ask questions there. I also, in that welcome email, I give them their coach ID and their sign up date, because those are going to be things that if they ever have to change their Shakeology, those are going to be things they need to know. I also explain to them that if they bought a challenge pack, that they get a free 30-day trial BOD to use it, check it out. I explain all the different things on there, but to also, if they don't want it, to cancel it. But hopefully we'll all be selling those new challenge packs with all access BOD, so we don't have to sweat that at all. The next thing I do is get them signed up in some kind of training, and Amanda started a great one for our team, the new Coach 411 for Team Fit Transformation. I think that's a great start. It's short, it's to the point, but that's going to answer most of their questions, set up their direct deposit, those kind of things that are necessary for them to know. And then after that, you want to do a get started right call with them, and that's where you could kind of find out what they want to do with this opportunity. If they want to be just a discount hobby, or full out, they want to run a business. And then get them
too. If you put them in 411 before you do the GSR, and you're able to go through their answers, it makes the GSR a lot more personable, because you've read what they've said, or maybe they say they're a discount hobby in between. So that you when you get on that GSR, you customize it to show them 5 feet in front of them towards their goals, versus just be like, oh, okay, like get on the phone with them. Okay, so this is what you're going to do to get to Emerald. When maybe that's not their goal. Maybe they just want to invite a few friends and join a group with you. So yeah, that's all I had on that.
And have them tag you in their answers on 411 so you can follow them along, just like Amanda said. And also, when you do their Get Started Right call, try to do it on a Zoom. My coach like completely like, I didn't realize we were going to do a Zoom. You know what I mean? I was assuming a phone call, and I'm like, have no bra on. It's in the evening. And Sarah's like Zooming me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm a hot mess right now. But maybe tell them like, I would like to do a video conference. I think that's easier to get to know each other, and try to get them on a Zoom, because we use Zooms for so much. I think it's great to get them started with a Zoom. I have some people that still don't use Zooms. Yeah, then get them in challenge groups. It would be great if they want to run their own challenge group out of the get-go, if they want to work the business. But if not, get them into your challenge group, using the program, using their Shakeology, and getting results. The worst thing we want is somebody to buy a challenge pack, sign up as a coach, and not use it. Then get
the thing is too, is if you find out that they just like, when you invite them to the opportunity, they want to sign up, maybe like sometimes I'll say, if they're not interested in the business opportunity, you could still sign up as a coach and be my VIP challenger, which means that they're in every single group as long as they're in Shakeology HD. Because I noticed like both of your coaches, like even if you didn't want to be on the coaching team, I'd probably still add you in, because your HD customers, you're always wanting to better yourself too. So that's something too, is always make sure that you invite your teammates into your group, because sometimes people fall through the cracks, and you don't want that, because that means they're going to quit. So.
After that, get them in the Rock the Basics trainings. I think they're vital. Even if it's just a hobby coach, maybe even if it's a discount coach, they should, know what they're putting in their body, know the different things, the products. Make sure you follow up with coaches once you get them. Try to set up a one-on-one weekly call. It's not always easy getting people on weekly calls, but just make sure you're there for them when somebody does sign up. The ones that don't do a one-on-one call with me, I at least try to reach out once a week, especially if they're in a challenge group and they're not showing up. That's when you really need to reach out, because they're not using their stuff. They need your help.
And then if your coaches is going inactive in your back office, that's a really crucial point to reach out to them, because probably chances are they fell off the wagon and they need you. Because when I see someone going inactive, I feel it's not, they just got off course and they need you to help bring them back in. Or maybe they don't want to go inactive, and you can talk different options with them. There's a bunch of ways now to stay active. When I first started, it was Shakeology or nothing, really. And now you can get Boost, you can do the performance line. That's not the end of the world.
And never assume anything, because I really thought like, oh, they did the Coach 411. They know about being active or inactive. And I had coaches go inactive that had no idea, So just never assume anything, because it's usually the last thing you think. I know every time I assume something, I'm always wrong. And that's it, because the rest I was going to tell you, I already did, about just knowing that you always have to be constantly adding, because you can never get too comfortable in this business. Such an emotional thing dealing with coaches and dealing with challengers is emotions. So you're going to have up and down days, and you're going to have people that are going to start out on fire and then just give up, or vice versa, And
if you need to vent, your upline's always there, or your success partner. Because I'm not going to say how many times Ashley gets weird messages from me, or like the other.
You know what, though? We're all in this together. And if you feel that way, I guarantee we've all felt that way. I know Amanda makes me feel more normal when she reaches out to me for these things, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I just stressed over this last week. It's just like we're all going through it, and it's so much easier to just talk it out than to get frustrated or upset over something or let it bother you.
Yes. And then like I even have coaches reach out to me, they might have a struggle. So we just go back, like I had a couple messages. So Sunday while I was meal prepping, I hopped on a one-on-one with one of my coaches, because she needed some guidance and advice, because it's hard sometimes when you put all your heart, soul, and love into someone. They say they're going to order, and then they back off at the very last minute when you thought you had it nailed down, like basically, here, signed, sealed, and delivered, and it didn't happen. So it's always good to hop on a call, because I've been there. It's hard. No sucks. Or like, oh, I need to talk to my husband, really sucks after they've said that they've already wanted it. So it's good just to hop on a call sometimes, talk it out, talk about like maybe trying some PD. I always have I have my PD that helps me every time there's this one night, a national wake up call. If you guys don't know it by now, Summer Tucker, August 2014 or 15, I think it is. I listen to it, I cry it out, and then I'm ready to head back into the trenches and keep going. So you'll find your PD and you'll know what you need to listen to.
I know exactly what call you're talking about, girl. It's a good call. It really is. I was going to say this, and you thank God you triggered it for me. When you craft a post or when you're reaching out to somebody to invite them to anything, make sure you're in a good mind frame. Make sure you did your PD right before it. Make sure you're like exuding positivity. You don't want to be like pissed off about something and then invite somebody because they're not going to like respond, you know? Or vibes. Yeah, you got to send out. Your energy can be felt through a message. I'll just, so if you're not feeling it, don't send those messages out. Last night, Amanda talked to me. It was 9:40 at night, and I was like, my inbox is full. And I was like, I'm just going to go to bed and deal with it in the morning because it would not be pretty.
I told her, shut it down. Shut it down, Ashley. Go to bed. But sometimes you need that. So, but yeah, I hope this helps you guys. And we have a fun assignment for you tonight. I'm going to stop the recording here. But if you're watching the playback, I'm going to tell the assignment right now. So I thought it'd be good. We're going to round table this out, and we're going to craft a post right now. If you don't use it today, maybe use it another day of the week. Thankful Thursday is a good time to talk about the coaching opportunity. I feel Thursday is a good day.
I think Thursdays are a good day just in general. People are more receptive on Thursdays.
So that's what we're going to do, is roundtable about that. And I hope you all had a good Zoom experience, and we'll talk to you soon.